I talked about, how to take advantage of this market if you are a seller and how to survive if you are a buyer. So we're going to talk about that in a second, but let's get to our weekly stats. And I added a little bug there, so I don't have to add these up in my head anymore. But yeah, we're continuing to rock and roll with solds and pendings, even compared to new listings. So new detached listings down about 50 this week, down to 483 new listings. And with our 477 and 269 pendings, that gives us 746. So 746 over 483, that's a pretty good sizable lead again. It seemed like it was tightening a little bit in the last couple of weeks, but does not seem to be the case right now. Expireds at 15, staying really kind of steady outside of the 1 week where there was 48. We had 2009, total of 2009 detached listings now on the market as of today. And again, that's an increase over last week. But when we're factoring in solds and pendings doesn't take it off the market, right? It's still on the market technically. And then our total listings creeping up again by about 100, it's about 90 there to 4820, which really is not that bad. I mean, historically, we're typically, without pulling data, we're probably in the 6,000s over the last few years at this time of year, because we're now into our traditional spring market. So again, 746 sold plus pending. Again, 483 new listings. So let's talk a little bit about, we've talked so many times, how does this affect you if you're a buyer? How does it affect you if you're a seller? Blah, blah, blah. Well, here's the reality. If you're a seller right now and you're in the $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 range, you're in a really, really good position. I had a listing go live in Arbor Lake on Tuesday. I went live, I believe it was 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, had 4 showings booked already, had an offer received by around 7. A second offer came in at 9. And we had an accepted offer Tuesday night at 10:30. So, and just so you know, and some people have asked me this, so how do multiple offers work? So essentially, we are fair to all parties. If we know the multiple offers are coming, we make sure that the seller knows, number one, typically they do, obviously. But secondly, it's really important that the realtors that are showing the property and are presenting offers know each other that are also presenting those multiple offers. So we kind of look at all of them and we figure out what's best, not only price-wise, but possession date, conditions, all those things factor into play. So that's how multiple offers work. So obviously the advantage you can take of it right now is getting your home on the market soon. We're able to get our homes. We have a new listing coming up next week in Mackenzie Lake. And we'll have that on the market within a week. And we could probably push it a little quicker than that, but that was the okay timing for that client. So on the buyer side of things, it's a little more challenging, I'm not going to lie, but you really have to have things dialed in. So as an example, I'm going to show some homes tomorrow with a client. And what I put in all the showing requests is, please do not confirm the showing if it's conditionally sold, because these clients don't want to see conditionally sold properties. And if the property goes conditionally sold prior to the showing time, please cancel it. So we just don't want to see conditionally sold properties at all. If we are able to get into those properties tomorrow, then my clients have a decision to make. Okay, we're lucky to get into these. They're not sold yet. Do we make an offer? So be on your toes if you're a buyer. Be ready to see a property, unfortunately, at a moment's notice, and get out there and make an offer on something, because odds are it's going to be gone if it's a good house. So that is all I have this week, Jaden. What do you got for me this week on the mortgage side of things?
Yeah, and I imagine when you get those multiple offer situations, one of the things when you're chatting with the other realtors is, has your client been pre-approved? Is that kind of stuff happening already? Because the worst thing in this market for a seller, I'm sure, is to give that 10 days of condition period, and then everything falls apart, right? And so now you're just taking a hot house off the market for 10 days. You haven't accepted the other offer that might have closed by now, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, we're working through people as quickly as we can to get them pre-approved, ready to get out of the market. And rates continue to fluctuate. We saw 5-year fixed go down this week, just pull back slightly, 5 or 0.05 or 0.1%. But that's what I think with the rate market right now. People have really been driven by these incredibly low rates, and they really need to lock in that rate to beat their buddy, right? They want to have the lower 5-year rate than their next door neighbor. Honestly, with the movement that we're seeing, there's opportunity for great rates. Everybody knows how much I love variable. It's still at -1 at 1.4%, but we're in the low 2s right now. I feel like we'll be dipping down below 2 for 5-year fixed again. There's great 3-4-year options in the 1.6% kind of area. So there's still great options out there. So people panic when these rate changes happen. This is something we see on a daily basis. Rate changes are constantly happening. You just don't know it because you haven't talked to us yet.
Yeah. And further to your pre-approval message, which, I think is well spoken and well, hopefully received by people out there. I had a situation where I had an offer on a listing of mine, and it is a condominium, and the guy was pre-approved, but they did not factor in, for whatever reason, the condo fee in this particular property. And so unfortunately for my sellers, that deal fell apart, because when they factored in the condo fee, he needed to put 10% down, not 5% down. So, get all your information into Jayden, right?
Yeah, and it's something that we generally speaking talk about. So things fall through the cracks, and people forget to mention these things sometimes. But I try and make sure when I talk to a client on a pre-approval that I want to be very clear about this. This is based on this amount of municipal taxes, which is average for that price range in the city of Calgary. This is based on you not going out and getting any more debt. So it's your current debt levels and everything like that.
Yeah.
And this is based on buying a place that has no condo fees. And so if you're looking at a place with condo fees, give me a call, tell me what they are, and then I can factor in and let you know if that's doable or not. So, it's one of those things that, there can be a little bit of miscommunication between the broker and the person, or maybe the broker is just so busy right now they forgot to say, but it is an important consideration. Condo fees can change the equation for you for sure.
Awesome. Yeah. And importance of pre-approvals when you're getting out there as a buyer, it can't be overstated right now. Not only may you might fall in love with a house that you can't buy, but you're going to be able to make a much stronger offer. When I'm reviewing offers with my clients, I'm very particular about, is there a pre-approval at this price range? All those things factor in. And then on the buying side, when I'm helping my buyers, it's you certainly have your conditions period, but there's nothing like having a strong pre-approval in place. You got a lot of your documents already into Jayden, so it saves a lot of legwork on the back end. So,
I think we talked about this last week, Mark, but I had an approval done in competitive market. They were biting their nails to get this house. Came up on Sunday, same thing. It came on the market on Sunday. They made an offer, got accepted. We're able to see it going on the market. We submitted Monday, and we were broker complete on Tuesday. So wow. That's the power of having a pre-approval, because all of my documents went in with my submission, right? And they were totally, completely done right up front.
Yeah, that's awesome. Great tip there. So reach out to Jayden for all your mortgage information, myself for anything real estate related, and we will be back here next week at the same time. So thanks for watching live, or if you watch this on tape. Either way, thanks for watching, everybody. And we
I think I got lost in here, but anybody who's watching, if you heard on tape, that shows your age.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I just went away there for a second to hide, but we're all done. My system crashed there for a second. We're all back, but we're done. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks, guys.